We get set here for the top of the fourth inning. Bruce Mead leads it off. Mead flew out to left field in the first. How many times has he gone to the fourth inning and he's only had one at bat? Not many.
He can probably tell you. That ball got out to the fence quick, but right at him.
Nice catch out there, but it's out number one.
The ball's not jumping off the bat. The bats aren't quick. As we mentioned before, Jim Fuller had 6 home runs in that earlier contest between these two. He doesn't stand in the batter's box long, this ex-professional ball player.
Fuller has lined to shortstop in his only at-bat in this game with 6 home runs and a single.
Stands very far away from the plate, if you notice, Greg.
Steps toward the ball and popped it up, and they're going to get him out again. Fly ball to center field. And that's 2 away. This is an amazing, amazing turnaround.
It really is. They look very flat, don't they? Very flat. As pumper from Pomona, Rick Wheeler, California, steps in. He's 34 years old, 6'2", 215. Hit one out of the Anaheim Stadium to win a home run derby contest in 1986.
Next pitch to Wheeler, who is 0 for 1. In fact, only 3 White Sox hits here in the 4th inning. There's a strike. In fact, it's amazing now the way this game has gone. How did Howard's ever score 7 runs in an inning? There's a base hit that bounces past to the wall, and Wheeler will make the turn and go into second base. He really ripped that one, and that may be the secret now. Just get that ball down and hit the ball hard. The ball in the air isn't going anywhere.
The ball got by Wilburn out there. It skipped on him a little bit. He knew Rick was going to go for 2. Of course, Raby was backing him up. Britt Hightower, Britt Hitman Hightower.
He is responsible for the 1 Smythe run on a home run, and he may have another one. This one's high and deep, and will the ballpark hold it? No, sir. The 2nd home run of the ball game for Hightower, and that makes it just like that, 7-3.
Hightower had to produce then. We've got 2 outs. Bruce Mead and Fuller making the first 2 back-to-back, which is an incredible event. So Hightower's keeping him in the game. He lifts his left foot when he turns. You'll notice.
Steps right into the ball and bangs it. Hightower had 3 home runs in the first meeting between these two, and he is showing, at least to his teammates, that it is possible to still hit it out.
Right. Mike Parrott can hit it out under these conditions, but a smart team player, if he's not going to go for it unless he gets his pitch. You look at these fellas, you wonder what they do in the offseason. Mike's politics business.
There's a high one deep to left center field, and it is caught out there by Williams, and that retires the side. Just didn't have quite enough. And so we have finished the top of the 4th inning. 2 runs on 2 hits for the White Sox. A 2-run homer by Britt Hightower. And the score 7-3. Howard's Western Steer leading Smythe as we get set for the bottom of the 4th. Bottom of the 4th inning, leading off will be Tony Fowler. Had a sacrifice fly. Actually, a pop up the deep short and drove in a run first time up.
Fowler last year averaged 1.5 home runs per game, but this is his first year to play with the Howard's club. He's out of Forest City, North Carolina.
Pops it up behind the plate. Bruce Mead takes the catch. You don't see those very often.
No, you don't. We've got a baseball-type softball game going. We're seeing ground balls. We've seen everything but the double play, and I'm looking for that any minute. These players look tired to me, Greg. Well, the bats just don't have the whip to them. The Howards was fortunate. They jumped off that quick lead. They've got the hammer. They're the home team.
Tim White singled the first time up. He's been very impressive at the plate throughout this tournament.
Right, he really has.
Pitches high and inside. He had a mere 4 home runs in the first meeting between these two.
Hometown Salisbury, North Carolina.
That's going to be foul. Will it stay in play is the question. Nope, it's going to be out of the ballpark. 7-3 is the score here. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning. Tim White, followed by Kim Smith. 1 out, nobody on.
28 years old, 6'6", 240.
That size is the rule rather than the exception with this major level slow pitch softball.
It really is when you think about football teams and the size of a 6'6", 240 guy and where you'd put him in your defense or your offense.
There's a liner over the top of the shortstop's glove for a base hit, so White has his second hit of the game. Takes the turn home. You know, one thing that I think has happened, while we still have the Howards and the Smythe Sox and the Steels as the top 3 teams in major level slow pitch softball, I think what we've seen in this tournament, this is one of the early tournaments of the year, is the fact that I think the gap may be narrowing with some of these other clubs. There may be some more teams in that upper echelon before you know it.
Right. We've got to consider Marlton Trucking, one club. We saw one club here earlier, Larry's. They've got a fine ball club. In fact, Howard only beat them by 1 run the first time they played them. There's probably 20 major level ball clubs in the nation.
Argument now over that last strike call. Scheer got in there, doing some jawing with a home plate umpire.
Pure little intimidation, trying to get the umpire to not only help out Smith, but help out himself when he gets in the box.
He's on deck.
Bruce Me, the gentleman, just stands there and grins and smiles at the whole thing. You can see.
Bruce says, I have to strike all the way.
It's a 600 hitter. He's hit 6 home runs in 1 game. That's his career high.
Kim Smith lines it, backhanded by Brown. There's 1, there's 2, and there's a double play. Oh my!
We were looking for that double play. We've seen it all now, Greg.
So in the 4th inning, no runs. Another goose egg on the scoreboard for Howard as we get set to go to the 5th, and the score remains Howard 7, Smythe 3, and we'll be back. A little bit of defense, not as much offense. Boy, we've seen some defense. Rick Scheer made a great play, and we've seen some great